Boxer.
It's not 14-19. It's 2 90
Don't
minutes.
They play 15-minute quarters.
Boxer, I think the thing about your joke of the day is that you don't say your joke of the day intentionally. You just need to relax a bit. It's just going to come out naturally for you.
Well, Leongatha are up in the last quarter here in the B grade, and it's 29-23 in favour of Leongatha.
And we have Leongatha taking on Morwell in the A grade game that won't be too far off, as the players are just making their way out to their positions, not too far from the first bounce of the ball here. It is the Gippsland League. It is second semi-final day. Gentlemen, before the game gets away, let's get some tips. Boxer, you said it's either going to be close or it's going to be a blowout, so well, you've got to commit now. What's it going to be?
It's going to be Leongatha by 14 points.
All right, and Poppy?
Wonthaggi by 5 points.
It's Wonthaggi by 5 points. Going for the big upset there is Poppy and Paul.
Oh, I think I'm tempted to go for Wonthaggi, but I can't go past Leongatha. It have to be Leongatha by 18 points.
All right, and I'll go the Parrots by 9 points as the umpire just waits for a few stragglers to get off the ground here as he holds the ball up, awaiting that siren. Ready to go here, second semi-final day, Alinta Energy Gippsland League. As the ball goes up, big bad Ben Willis gets a tap down straight there to Marriott. Ball comes out now to Bowman. Goes inside forward 50, getting the front position there was Bates for Wonthaggi. Was unable to get it clear there, on and jumping around, and it's just outside forward 50, and the umpire's going to ball it up for the first stoppage here today.
Jared Blair started on the wing, fellas, and Jack Blair started in the middle.
So Willis again gets a tap down, probably beaten to it on that occasion. Beaufort, right foot kick, top of the square, punch forward. They've got runners around the ball, skipping through, and hopefully kicking the first score of the day for Leongatha. Just missing was Aaron Heppel. Danced around a couple of defenders, right foot kick off balance, and I reckon it just scraped a bit of the goalpost. First score of the afternoon.
They are tall, very, very tall here, the goalpost. Moe's a big fly over the top, players going everywhere. Jared Blair was one of them and getting up a little bit gingerly, a couple of the Leongatha players, but a free kick's been picked out. It's going the way of Leongatha, and that's to Jackson Harry. 60 metres out, he looks for some movement up forward. Wonthaggi get plenty of numbers back behind the ball, and going back to take the easiest of marks there for Wonthaggi is Josh Bates, and he elects to go out wide to Shannon Bray, still very deep in his defensive area in the back pocket. Goes short again. They're just trying to find their players here to link it up. Wonthaggi, they're pretty comfortable with the ball in hand. Just another kick going out long now, going towards the wing position. Big Willis goes bang with a punch. Doesn't go too far. It falls into the hands of Knowles and Wonthaggi. Turnover though. Leongatha players, Bowman trying to get that one out, unable to do so. And a free kick's being paid for holding the ball going the way of Wonthaggi.
Okay, so they go forward to Wonthaggi. They short to Andy Murray. Busy last week. In fact, the umpires called it back. So from the half back line, Wonthaggi will attempt to go forward second time round. And this is what Leongatha love. The opposition spending time with the ball. Ryan Sparks, it gives them time to set up behind the ball. But now, as they did last week, trying to find a spot in the corridor, and they do. They'll go from left to right. They've got grandstand side. They've got some runners all of a sudden. Stephen Scott's one of them. A quick kick forward to Blair. He'll probably draw a man. He does, but he runs into trouble. Can he squeeze it through looking for Murray? He squeezed it through, but couldn't find him without the ball sort of pitching right in front of him, and Murray was taking ball on all right in the arc of 50.
Some expected matchups too down back two here for Leongatha. Westerway went to Harley, and Jackson Harry's gone to Hutchinson.
Ball comes out back into the hands of Blair again. He's tackled. He hung on to it for a long time. Got the handball clear, said the umpire. Rushed kick by Scott, goes back inside forward 50 for Wonthaggi. Oh, gee whiz. Bowman's come in. He's taken out a player high. Coming down on his knees was Dawson for Wonthaggi. That's going to spice things up in this game here. Bowman's just come through and collected Dawson, who was on his knees. His hip has hit him in the head, but he looks all right, Dawson. He's going to get up. He's going to have a shot. He's going to look to register Wonthaggi's first score of the day. Leongatha have got the one behind so far. 3 minutes gone. First quarter action here on Gippsland Live on TRFM, and coming in now is Harry Dawson of Wonthaggi. The kick's on its way. The players get around and the goal umpire doesn't move. First blood to the Wonthaggi Power.
See, one of the things we've expected too, and they've all gone to Bowman at the moment and let him know all about it, and he's given away the free kick. It's both the Blair boys as well, Hutha. They're all into it. Just let him know that's your goal, buddy. But the good thing and the positive thing was that no one was hurt in that one as well. But they've started well, Wonthaggi, and both sides have brought their pressure game as well. So a good start there from Wonthaggi.
And on the LV Forklift scoreboard, we are at the 3.5 minute mark of the first quarter, and it's 1 goal straight, 6 Wonthaggi, leading by 5 points from Leongatha, who are 1 behind 1 point.
So Bowman, all of a sudden a target for the Wonthaggi players, and he's a playmaker of note and of importance for Leongatha too, as they burst through the pack to Wonthaggi, smothered off the boot it was though, and now finds itself at half forward flank. Leongatha with a number of options, one of which is Cameron Stones, goes inside the corridor as he taken the mark, play onto the core, hands to it, dropped. First player there, it looks as though it's going to be Bowman again. No, taken to the ground. And free kick paid.
There's that pressure game, Poppy. They've just really brought that pressure, Wonthaggi, and it's been led by Jack Blair. He's in everything at the minute.
Yeah, Blair's been good. Happer was the player that got tackled, and now Blair will come grandstand side. He'll look for the Bro. The Bro has to stop and wait, and is he good enough to take the mark? Yes, sirree. Under all sorts of pressure from Cameron Stone. Blair, left half-back flank, goes inside. Finds an option there. So from half-back flank, Wonthaggi, they just don't like burning the ball and wasting the ball, and they'll try to set it up from the half-back line.
Comes out to the big men in Huther. He leads the race against Willis. Oh, he's hung on too long. You've got to understand what you can and can't do and your limitations, Tomo Huther. And you can't run and carry the ball when you're 7 foot tall, especially when there's players coming down on you, and a clash of heads there too, Boxer.
And I'll tell you what, he had Ben Willis fall on him as well, so he's had 130 kgs fall on him, and both Huther and, I can't pick up the
Jake Vanderplyt.
They got hurt as well, so he's still rubbing the noggin as well, but I wouldn't have liked being fallen on by Willis, that's for sure.
He's gone short to Maskell, goes long looking for big Willis down there, takes that one over his head. Tomo Huther just taking his time to make his way down deep into the defensive area. So Willis goes bang, he goes long. He's got a 2-on-1 down here. Pelicano to do the wrestling work, but it's going to go over right in front of the bar. What have we got over there? Called the can bar. We haven't got a name of it here.
No, called the can bar.
It is called the can bar. The can bar here at Moe. Great to see huge numbers there watching this second semi-final at the Ted Summerton Reserve.
All right, so on the intersection of forward 50 for Leongatha and boundary, ball thrown back in. Pelicano does the ruck work, tries to reach over the top of Bray, doesn't get a clear passage on it. Quick kick forward, gets Wonthaggi into trouble, but only momentarily, as a kick forward from Leongatha's Kim Drew is offline, way offline, out of play on the full, 20 metres from Leongatha's goals. And Wonthaggi now will start to at least try to ease this pressure somewhat.
There must have been some injury concern there with Vanderplyt. He's gone off the ground and he's on the bench at the minute.
All right, they bring it forward.
Will Linehan and 33, not 45.
All right, jumper change there as Shannon Bray changes directions, keep possession, and off they go. This is what they can do well. This bloke was pretty impressive last week.
He's got a bit of spunk about him, Poppy. I like him.
Yeah, he's done pretty well, I have to say. And that's Darcy Brosnan. Had the ball, kicks to half-forward line. Got to find a target. You don't find a target on the rebound. This Parrott side can be very good, and that's what they're going to do now. Run the ball through Bowman towards centre half-forward. One-on-one contest, top of the square. And a free kick's been paid. Which way? It's going to go Wonthaggi's way.
Yeah, there's a hold there from Hopkins in that one-on-one, but that would look very, very shaky there for a minute there for the Wonthaggi defenders.
Wonthaggi go long looking for Huther, was unable to take it. Tries a bit of soccer skills to kick it up to himself. That didn't come off, so we're going to have it come in again from the boundary line for another throw-in. Of course, we'll be looking for the goal of the day. Thanks to Zambrero Traralgon, your favourite has returned. Treat your taste buds to the Triple T Deluxe Burrito or Quesadilla for a limited time only at Zambrero Traralgon.
So 7 minutes gone, first quarter. Wonthaggi, one straight goal. Leongatha, one behind. Ball to be thrown up. No free kick paid. Again, left half-back flank. Wonthaggi putting themselves in positions. This is Lindsay to earn the umpire's reward. And now they'll try to build again from the half-back line. On the mark is Joshy Hopkins, who was beaten to it. Ball goes in front of the Gippsland Live commentary position, and it's spilled over the boundary line again. Nice punch from behind too, it was. Cade Maskell come over the top. In front of the pack was Ryan Sparks.
He is playing that half-back line position. You're right. He flew there, and it brought back a few memories. He has flown high and taken some unbelievable marks throughout the years, says Cade Maskell for the Leongatha side, as big Benny Willis gets the tap down. Ball comes back to himself, unable to pick it up. Coming through with Sparks. Wonthaggi looks for the player leading out there in Murray, goes over the top of his head, showing a bit of speed. There's Hutchinson. He keeps his feet, keeps the ball in front.
There it is.
He's on the run. He's had a shot. It just goes wide for a minor score, but gee whiz, Doesn't Jack Hutchinson look like a lively type? He's kicked 36 goals for the season thus far, Boxer.
That was nearly close to the Zambrero goal of the day contender. Did I say that right, Poppy?
You did, spot on, mate. Cad Maskell brings the ball in. I like the lineup, though. They've got Jackson Harry on the excitement machining, Jack Hutchinson, both with electric pace. So I think we're going to see some really good races for the contest today as Leongatha come through their half-back line. Left half-back, they are as we speak. And can they find a winner around there? That's the question as Kim Drew drives it towards left half-forward flank. The spoil comes from behind and it finds itself over the boundary line. Left half-forward flank, Leongatha into attack. They're kicking just to the right of radio.
A quick stat, I've got 17 thumbs up for the joke so far, so 17.
Well,
so 17 and climbing. If you just keep throwing them through, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be fine.
Yeah, but Boxer, you're holding your phone the wrong way up. As the ball gets...
Any of those come from the mother-in-law?
Oh, dear. She'll be wearing something nice when you get home tonight. Leongatha now defensive 50 under all sorts of pressure. Sam Forrester taking ball and all, but they got the numbers around the ball and they run it out ever so nicely, they do. And now backing himself in, not with one, but with two bounces, is Aaron Turton. Draws the man, goes over the top to Cameron Alden. He kicks to within 20 metres. Can he find a winner? He can't. A good strung mark, last line of defence, Kyle Reid.
Kyle Reid, he's been very strong down there in the first quarter. He's got a player out wide on his own, and that sparks. This game is just going up and down every which way, and he finds the lead there. Coming out from the man who shows a hell of a lot of toe out there at Hutchinson. He comes inboard, finds the surfing man himself in Brosnan, who just sits this one up. Leongatha have got numbers back behind the ball. Westaway with a punch lands in the hand of Forrester back to Westaway. He's able to get a clearing kick. It's a race on here. Coming in hard with the tackle was Tizani. It was a good tackle too. The ball spills out free. They're trying to get it out. Goes into the hands of Bates, but the umpire's found a free kick. And it's going into the hands of Turton.
Geez, Wonga, I tell you, Wonthaggi love playing that switch. They play that far side of the ground, so the basketball end of the ground, far side wing. They play that every time they've come out of their defence.
Leongatha, sorry, Wonga, they go backwards, but they keep possession, trying to draw the Wonthaggi players forward, and unfortunately the skill error was going to be costly because there was no pressure on Leongatha working out of their defensive 50. They went searching towards the outer side of the ground and the kick was so poor it found the boundary and not a teammate who was clear. And now we've got a 50-50 contest. Wonthaggi into attack and leading by one straight kick. 1-1-7. Leongatha one behind. 11 minutes gone, first quarter.
Ball comes back into play. Doing the ruck work was Pelicano. He got it going his way, but there's Jared Blair twisting and turning, getting the ball out to Sparks. It kicks a quick one inside forward 50. Coming back with the flight of the ball was Littlejohn. Trying to pick it up there. They can't quite get that one out. That's Wilcox. So there's Blair again. He gets another touch into the hands of Hutchinson again. Has a snap, but there's Westaway. Ever reliable on the last line of defence, takes the easiest of chest marks as he tries to work it out. But I'd have to say Jared Blair will be in the running for the best 50. On ground. Thanks to Gippsland Isuzu, the Isuzu D-Max, born to live and born to tow. Available at Gippsland Isuzu Ute LMCT 10285.
We've got a 50 there, Wonga. That was Harley went over the line. Drill 50.
And his kick was poor, though. Brosnan had the opportunity. He couldn't grab a handle on it. And as a result, it opened the door for Kim Drew, who was taken high and will get the free kick. So they're settling nicely. The intensity's pretty high.
I think Tom Ahutha thought it was another ruck contest. He jumped high instead of tackling there. And it's another turnover from Drew, who's kicked it straight into the hands of that man, Kyle Reid. He has been very, very good early in this first quarter. Second semi-final action in the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. It's a 6-point lead. The way of Wonthaggi right now is coming in and taking a strong mark in front. He's a big boy too, Matty Wilcox. He centres the ball, finds his man out there in Turton, getting plenty of it also. Under Pelicano, wearing the long sleeve Guernsey. The backup ruckman of Leongatha. He goes long inside forward 50. Players fly nearly over the back. Players are getting back there. Wonthaggi trying to clear it out. Ends up in the arms of Lindsay. He's got a nice little kick over the top. They could have ruffled it there, but it was Krause who took the mark. He's got a player on long, Hutchinson, but he's a little bit too long, a little bit too far back. It's now in the hands of Wilcox for Leongatha.
Now, Wilcox went searching for a teammate in Kim Drew, all but beaten by the boundary. So a boundary throw-in, round about right half forward flank, grandstand side. As you heard Wonga tell you, second semi-final action. The reward for the winner, a direct path to the grand final 2022. And for the loser, They'll have to face the winner of tomorrow's match between Terrelgan and Sale. So some great football that lies ahead. Jack Hume has the ball now, dances around one, avoids the smother from Blair and kicks to within 30 metres for the Parrots. And they're tackled nicely. Just 20 metres from Leongatha's goals. The Wonthaggi defence standing up beautifully.
It's just their dump kicks coming out of defence, Wonthaggi. They just kick into a 2-on-1 every single time they come out. So they've just got to make sure they lower their eyes and make sure they're hitting up their 45s or a player on their own.
Willis gets a tap over the back. Sparks is there again. Chases his own ball, but the boundary line beats him. It's fair to say, Boxer, that they are getting numbers back. Both sides behind the ball.
Yeah, they both are. They're just making sure their work rate's really high at the minute. You can see how many players are already inside 50 for both sides, making sure they make it really congested.
Willis to do the ruck work up against Bray. Willis gets a tap over, punched further forward by Nagel of Leongatha. Juggling the ball is Lindsay. He elects to go across the face of goal. He's got Brosnan there. Could have been held. The umpire said, good eyes, Wonga. You've picked that up really well. So he gets the free kick, Brosnan. 35 metres out from his defensive line. He goes long down the line, finds Krause again. He's able to get the ball over. They're clearing the football well. Tomahuth's moved up forward, gets a quick handball out wide. Coming in, they're going to have a shot from 50, pushing back Hutchinson. Is he going to take it? No, he thought it was going on through. He let it go, and then he decided, hell, that's going to miss the goals. I better try and take it, but it's too late. The ball was already on its downward trajectory, and it's gone through for a minor score.
It's a 7-point lead to Wonthaggi at the 14.5-minute mark of the first quarter. LB Forklift scoreboard.
All right, as they've done for most of this first quarter, they've come grandstand side as they work their way out of defence. It's Forrester. Oh, gee, the kick needed to be pinpoint perfect. Guess what? It was pinpoint perfect. Found Vanderplyte with only centimetres inside the boundary. He goes short to and finds Nick Nagel. So Nagel, right half-back flank, has got Lenahan on the mark. In fact, it wasn't. It was Jack Blair with the man on the mark. And they do this again. They try to change direction from grandstand side towards the outer side. And Kim Drew's been working hard. Now they're going to go through the corridor, just trying to weave a pattern through this pretty solid defence of Wonthaggi. 4 or 5 possessions. They've only gained 20 metres, and they've chosen to go towards the outer side, where a mistake opens the door for Brosnan. Brosnan now makes it a 50-50 contest.
I wish people could see what we just saw from Brosnan. He worked hard from just at centre-half forward and made 2 or 3 contests to put the pressure on the Leongatha players, and now he's won himself a stoppage.
Fair to say they overused the ball there, Leongatha, because of the pressure of Wonthaggi getting numbers back there. In the front position, getting the tap down was Staley, which means that Houthery's gone inside forward 50. They're trying to get the ball forward. Blair gets a hairball forward, falls into the hands of Forrester of Leongatha, who gets a quick kick out into the hands of Willis, but it was touched off the boot. And we're going to ball it up on the half-forward flank, Wonthaggi's attacking end.
Wonga, I've got a question, but I'm worried about the ramifications I'm going to cop with the answer. Now, if I'm going to go around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, if there's a netball from here around the grounds.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. I've got a score from the B grade. There's a final score, and it was Leongatha Victors 35, and they defeated Moe 30 in the B grade.
Fantastic.
Well, that was a big moment, thanks to the Mall Bowling Club, that Boxer got that one right. The Pot and Palmer night every Saturday, 5:30 from only $20 as Leongatha go back into attack. Coming out hard in the front position there was Reid of Wonthaggi, and they're able to clear the ball now off the foot of Anderson. You've got players on out wide. Leongatha looks like Leongatha are attacking down the grandstand side here, the clubroom side, and Wonthaggi are electing to attack from the other side. It's Tom Davey now with the ball inside the middle of the ground. He's gone wide. He's found the player out there on a nice, big, strong lead, and it's that man, Troy Harley. We know he can kick goals, Boxer. He can kick them in quick succession as well.
He can, and I think what they did then really well, Wonthaggi, is they moved the ball real quick, so left the space open.
Thought Brosnan could have been an option then, but he's chosen to go long and go direct. Can he make the distance? He can't. Leongatha, last line of defence. They punched the ball through. 17.5 minutes gone. Another minor score for the Wonthaggi side.
139 Wonthaggi to Leongatha, 1 behind 1 point. LB Forklift scoreboard.
All right. Don't forget, during the course of the afternoon, we're going to be crossing to the boundary for Carpet Country. Carpet Country helping dreams become reality since 1981.
Ball back inside, attacking 51 for Wonthaggi. Picking it up there is Anderson. He's twisting. He's able to get the ball to Brosnan. Has a snap, but instead it centres the ball. Big Willis gets a punch out in front of Blair. They're out now to try to clear the football, Leongatha, and they're linking it up. Trying to find some options there. They're going long down the line to Harry.
Oh, good ball.
Oh, Drew was there. He's been cleaned up, as you heard, Poppy.
Oh.
But what's the umpire called there,
He's called
Boxer?
too high. He's called too high against Jack Blair.
So they play on and they go down the line to Stone. He's unable to get the ball clear. Doing the work is Hopkins, doing the crumbing work. Tackled down hard. Another free kick going the way of Leongatha into the hands of Hopkins for being taken high. He looks down the line. He's got a short option there. Was Nagel. Was unable to take it. Just throws young Tazani over the line. There's some big bodies out there. They're trying to just get themselves, inject themselves into this game. No clear side at the moment with the ascendancy in this one. It's an 8-point game. Wonthaggi 1-3-9 to Leongatha. One solitary point. That's on the Latrobe Valley Forklifts scoreboard. As coming out there was Vanderplate. He gets a quick kick forward, but only as far as Anderson for Wonthaggi.
So left half-back flank Flynn Anderson. Paul Carter told us pre-game that one of the times they were beaten by Leongatha Wonthaggi, they gave them a big start. It's not happening today. It's a big mark. He's taken by Wilcox just in front of our commentary position.
I just don't get the dump kicks out of the defence at the moment. That's probably letting them down at the minute.
Yeah, something we didn't see last week. They tended to be a bit more patient as Wilcox sends the ball on the verge of bursting through the 50. 1, 2 grabs, marks paid. Nice mark 2 under pressure it was by Lenahan. Plays on. Changed direction. Have they got some room to move now? They haven't. Tell you what, behind the scenes, Leongatha really working hard as Tiziani chooses to go short. The 1-2, he'll get it back from defensive 50. Left boot. Can he find a teammate? He can't. No, under pressure. The kick didn't hit the target. And we'll see another turnover. And that turnover will result in Cameron Olden to send the Parrots forward.
He's taking his time looking for the runners. None coming, so he pushes back off his mark.
21 thumbs I've got now.
Goes long inside 50. Leongatha yet to kick a goal in this first quarter. Will it come this time as they go forward? Coming in there hard was Marriott, but he's unable to get it. This is unusual, Paul Carter, for a Leongatha side to go goalless for this amount of time. They're usually quite prolific on the scoreboard. They haven't been able to put one through just yet.
Second best first quarter team in the league this year.
Well, we mentioned that Wonthaggi will need to be better than what they've been at this stage. Early stage, they are being very good. Pelicano taken ball and all. 20 metres from home for Leongatha. Kicking to the right of your radio. What end do you call that?
South Street end.
South Street end. For those that are listening on radio.
We'll call it the highway end.
Highway end, we'll do that. Highway end if you like. Pelicano goes the highway end, but cut off. Nicely done, Blair. He's been busy. When is he not? Can he find a teammate in Andy Murray? Yes, he can. Defensive 50 for Murray.
Or you call it the Wirraway end if you want.
We are away here, Boxer, as Murray's got the ball deep inside his defensive 50. Elects to switch the ball. He does. He finds Lenahan out there, who's had the jumper change early. Short kick is effective. Finds Jared Blair. He has been prolific and definitely will be in the running today for the best on ground, thanks to Gippsland Isuzu, as he finds another short option in Scott.
That's
about 6 kicks inside defensive 50. Pelicano picks it up, snaps, and he gets Leongatha's first goal of the day off a terrible turnover from the Wonthaggi defence.
And this is what happens when they change their game style a little bit. They were prepared to switch the ball and move it quick wide side. This time they poked around with it inside 50. And the kick wasn't where it was supposed to go, and Pelicano was in the right spot at the right time and snapped through. Potentially, probably our first contender for the Zambrero goal of the day.
And that certainly brings the lead back to just 2 points in Wonthaggi's favour on the LV Forklift scoreboard. We've played just short of 22 minutes in the first quarter, and the Power are on 139, leading Leongatha 117.
Quick update for Gippsland Power, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Gippsland and the Power only 6 points. The Knights 3-4-22.
Wow, here we go. Got a game out down there unexpectedly, haven't we? Got a real good game here, though, and we all expected that as Jared Blair leads the race for the ball, but behind the ball, the umpire stands and's paid a free kick, which he's going to reward to Jake Vanderplate just inside the centre square. Plays on quickly. Top of the square. They're just bombing it top of the square, and they're outnumbered 2 at ground level. So Wonthaggi will seek the safety of the boundary line, but a kick off the ground. Has it gone? No, the umpire calls it a boundary throw-in. We're talking about a centimetre here or there that would have made all the difference.
I tell you what, you'd have a little bit of a worry when you look up and you see Tom Marriott along with Nick Nagel charging at you. They're 2 sizable characters who get up and running at high speed. As Huther gets a little push in the back but's able to get away with it. He kicks it out. Flying high there was Blair. That's Jack Blair. Was unable to take it. All cleaned up after he got rid of the ball. Nash, he's on the ground. He's going to be all right. Leongatha, they're getting around, twisting, turning, getting the kick forward was Olden. Players fly. No one's able to take it. Ball hits the deck. Oh, huge tackle by Hutha.
And a free kick as a result.
He got a reward. Fantastic.
He came in hard there, did Hutha. Wow, he thought he was playing for the Melbourne Storm here today. And not able to pick up. I think it's Nagel on the ground there. He's a bit slow getting up. He's copped one hard into the ribs. As Hutha, meantime, takes his kick. He goes long, flying high at the back with a big specky, but unable to take it was Dawson. There's Jared Blair again. Clever little kick forward, but fumbling, weren't able to pick the ball up there and reward themselves from the work. So Dawson gets another quick handball out, only as far as Willis. He puts it down. Sparks gets another handball out. Falls now into the hands of Nagel. He's up and about. I don't know. It might have been Marriott down on the ground, was it?
I think
down
it was
there?
Marriott. Yeah.
Free kick behind play for a high tackle. Goes Leongatha, in fact, Wonthaggi's way. And I reckon the physicality that Wonthaggi are throwing at Leongatha is just starting to frustrate them a little. Scoreboard's relatively close, but truth be known, I think Wonthaggi have had far greater edge than the 2-point margin they hold at the moment. They kick towards half-forward line. Coming off the bench, I reckon, was Murray. And he just applied a bit more pressure and, again, makes a 50-50 contest right in front of our commentary position.
Poppy, we got a score already, quarter time in the mid-Gippy already, and it's Tarwin 3 straight 18. They lead you now 2-1-13.
And that's around the grounds. Thanks for Harvey Norman Furniture Gippslands. The ball comes back into play. Doing the bustling work down in front was Sparks and Wonthaggi, and they jump all over it. They came in from everywhere. It has been an incredibly physical game in this first quarter. The pressure is high for both sides. Neither side willing to give an inch right now as Willis gets a nice tap over the top to his way, but Lindsay was there. He's able to get the ball forward, but only as far as Drew. Drew's kick was smothered. Marriott twisting and turning in traffic. Gets to Bowman, linking it up through Drew. Drew into the hands now of Stone, inside forward 50. That's beautiful football there by the Parrots. They were able just to link that up, 3 or 4 quick possessions, and now they're going to have a shot from goal. 25 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Second semi-final action underway here at the Ted Summerton Reserve. Leongatha taking on Wonthaggi.
All right, so a big kick. This is a big kick. This could put Leongatha in front for one of the rare occasions of this first quarter. From just outside 50, how have we gone? I reckon it's got close. Has it? The goal umpire says yes. And I reckon it's Jack Hume who may have got that goal. He's trying to pick up his number as he runs towards the boundary line. And Jack Hume from outside 50 puts the Parrots in front. Paul Carter for, I think, just the second time this quarter.
Yeah, the Parrots got the first score, the first behind of the match, so it has come back to a 4-point lead to Leongatha now with their second goal going through at the 26-minute mark of this quarter. LV Forklift scoreboard, Leongatha 2-1-13, leading Wonthaggi 1-3-9.
He's really consolidated his spot in the side, Hume. We always thought he was going to be a dynamite forward, but he plays high now and he's got some really great depth with his kicks.
The umpire balls it up again from the middle of the ground upon the resumption of play. That was possibly a Zambrero goal of the day. That was from outside 50, a big one by Hume against the Tide. Now, Lindsay's been getting a lot of the ball. He's chasing this one. He picks it up. He gets his kick away just in time because Hopkins was hot on his hammer. And it's gone out of bounds on the far side in front of Andy Murray for Wonthaggi. And the umpire's going to ball this one in again. Boxer, the pressure. It's really enjoyable to watch these two sides going at it. And it'd probably be fair to say that Wonthaggi have been more the aggressor.
They have been, definitely have been, and it's been one of those key themes that's through the final series so far, and no side has really let up at the moment.
They get the ball out now. Wonthaggi go inside 50. Sparks again was getting plenty of it as the siren sounds. Leongatha 2 goals, 1-13. Both goals coming late in that quarter to Wonthaggi. 1 goal, 3-9, and that is on the Latrobe Valley Forklifts scoreboard. It's been a huge first quarter. High pressure and a lot of tackling, a lot of bodies getting thrown around in this one. We look forward to bringing you the second quarter action after this break. And this is Gippsland Live on TRFM. Thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Get amazing deals on Father's Day gifts for the best dad ever across the range this weekend at Harvey Norman.
In 2022, TRFM is dedicated to providing Gippsland and the Valley with quality local news.
Delb's Magpie Tracker is gaining traction again. The reporting of swooping magpies will allow local councils to put up warning signs. So far, several aggressive magpies have been identified in Traralgon and in East Gippsland towns, including Bairnsdale.
Part of Gippsland and the Valley's way of life. TRFM, on the air and on iHeartRadio and radio app.
The next generation of Ford Ranger has arrived at Valley Motor Group. Tough, smart and versatile, the next-gen Ranger is the perfect partner for work, family and play. It's packed with new features and technology for you to get the most out of your Ranger life. The all-new V6 Turbo Diesel is also available for test drive at Valley Motor Group. Built for power and performance, it'll give you the engine to tackle anything. See the new next-gen Ford Ranger for yourself at Valley Ford, part of the Valley Motor Group, Princess Highway to Relgan, LMCT 11746.
How's your mobile phone going? Battery always running flat? Cracked screen? Then upgrade to a new mobile phone from Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland, where buying a mobile phone is easy, with a showroom full of mobile phones unlocked or on a plan. The best range in brands like Apple, Samsung, Nokia, Oppo and much more. Plus, being a premium Optus dealer, they have amazing offers to get you connected. Head to your local Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland store today.
You hit the road early, it's a long drive, and you're starting to get a little weary from the sun in your eyes. Driving tired can have the same effect as driving drunk. If you've been on the road for 2 hours, take a 15-minute break. Stop in at the nearest McDonald's restaurant in Gippsland. It's the perfect place to stop. You can stretch your legs, enjoy a coffee from a cafe, or grab a quick snack. A 15-minute break every 2 hours could help save your life. Another road safety message from McDonald's Gippsland, Road Safe and Gippsland's own TRFM.
Top Pub Morwell, $18 Bott and Palmer in the sports bar Monday to Friday. Free trivia every Wednesday from 7:30pm. $15 lunch in the bistro Monday to Wednesday. The new winter bistro menu now available at Top Pub.
The hand-crumbed, perfectly
process is the whole leaves you explore every possibility. Enjoy every stage you're building, offering peace of mind. Way. GJ, feel the joy.
At the Gippsland for Fiance, Saturday, September 10, the Yeoman keeping people on, and he's nostalgic side with his first single since 2020. Album, Gala. The song is a reimagined Fanning's acoustic folk track, Wish You Well, hip-hop anthem produced with the Powderfinger frontman. Many more will be when you can enjoy live at GPAC, Saturday, September 10. And more info, gpac.latrobe.com.
If it goes great, if it goes great, even service for any board, inboard, stern drive engines. It's all cars, truck, marine. Valley to the border. Gray's Automotive and Flip Road, Painesville. Gippsland's own Penta dealer.
Norman. Finance from Latitude and receive this gift card of $1,000. Shop for computer, TVs and entertainment at 6 interest free. No equal to $1,000. Only for participating Latitude minimum CTs and C's. Nice for exclusion. Now, Norman.
It's time at Finlay and Weymouth. Purchase of at over your includes make moisturizing lotions, overnight mask color and cosmetics bag. Bring up the Clinique and get even more Clinique. 8th, all while stocks last. Finlay, Seymour Street, Terralgan.
G'day. Yeah, I hope so. I'm digging in our backyard, so I need one of those machines. Yep. Oh,
you need an
right. So, and then flat the dirt. You want to
whack a plate.
We know for your project, even if mini loaders, drum rollers, tip more. Gippsland, Wacker, Noyson and Low Valley Forklifts. Visit lvforklifts.com.au.
Triple T Deluxe Burrito and Dia are back this winter at Sambrero. By C's rich warm for only at Sambrero. It's Femex.
More in the sports bar Monday day. Free every week from 7 $15 lunch in the bistro Monday. Winter bistro menu now available.
This will be a great start for Leon. Holds the game and Heppel. They strike the Paris.
For Leongatha, sure. Hold it. Beautiful. He's without question a contender.
Andy Murray's had a start. Reward one. Looking inside 50. And guess what? Get their first goal of the quarter.
Gippsland Live, TRFM. This is the halftime.
Talking about 5 on 10. Electrical Gippsland, get amazing deals on gifts for the best dad ever across the weekend at Harvey Norman. And what a great half of Electro Energy Gipp League football we have just witnessed out here on the rivals of South Gippsland. Second semi-final, and it looked a pretty scrappy game in the second quarter. Who get the first of the quarter at 23-minute mark, we kick off the goal, and then all of a sudden 100-metre penalty, and then right on the half time to see one come from nowhere and actually lead here at half time. 6 Wonthaggi 4-3-27. Nick Boxer watching this game closely all, and I can tell you what, it's been a really scrappy game. Wonthaggi from nowhere, 7 minutes to take a lead at half.
No, we didn't at all. When the one mark each for a half a footy, and I think Andy Murray must have kick inside 50 or the mark.
Free kick.
It was a free kick, so it was still only one mark each at 50. That's down this whole first half. And as well, because how high, because the intensity is the game as well. Body, we're going to get tired. It's going to be interesting to see half time after going through.
Yeah, if you're both looking for the week off because some sore body.
I'm knackered watching them. So imagine what they're going to be like going. Oh, and it's the way they're playing it, and every player is been so willing to be the same for here, same for nothing, and both sides are prepared to really put their
side through to the grand final. We played back here at reserve at fortnight's time. The loser of today's match to take on the winner of tomorrow's first semi at Traralgon. Scorers so far. The multiple goal scorer on the ground. John Bates with 1 and Harrison kicked the first goal of the game for one mark of the first due to the action that was out here. Back here with 1. Big man Justin Pellicano with 1. Kicked 1 also, and Aaron Heppel. A lot of Aaron Heppel movers Leongatha side as we talk about prime movers. Paul, what do we see? The first half action here.
Well, it was an interesting set in terms of 50s. Wonthaggi had 5 the first 6, but the one inside was the one they got a goal from. Inside 50 got and 10 inside 50s in a row to Leongatha as we were going. They managed to get themselves out to 17 by the minute mark. With the last 4 inside 50s match, which so that was certainly ebbed and flowed there. Inside win that 23 1 at 11 for that quarter. Again, went Wonthaggi's way. They've won 20 to 11 and 5. Wonthaggi dominating one ground. The 17 apiece, so no one can compare. The mark Wonthaggi have 8 marks to Leongatha's 47. Contested, Leongatha win that 9-7. As Box mentioned, only 1 mark inside. Set shots, goals straight from Wonthaggi. Leongatha's 4 goals, turnovers and 2 behinders. Wonthaggi goals 3 straight from stopping. Ben Willis with 10 hit-outs in that quarter. Time just not, and James 3 for 1. 15 hit-outs. Jordan Staley 4 and Bray 1. Leading the winners individually is Kim Drew and Gatha with the 7 in the first quarter. 12 to half time. Josh piece to and Luther Jurek 6. Harriet picked up a few just before. I've got him down for 7 to half time. Wonthaggi 12 to half time. 10 and a half back, 11 disposed to him. And Ryan Sparks very busy on ball with a lot of Lindsay.
Paul is coming out of the ground just quickly around the ground to Boxer, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
The Wong and Nick half time 7-4-46. I think 1 player short to Tarwin 5 straight 30. Went lead there, TNR. In the reserves early in the mid it was Tarwin 9-10-6 5-7-37, and in 9-6-60 TNR 8-11-59. In the North Gippy half time 7-5-47 on North to Woodside 3-20.
Grand final going on up there. Oval.
Well, you keep winding me up. I've got a little longer. Okay. Jeepers creepers, I was going that quick. I nearly passed out. Stratford at half time. They lead Wyong 48.
Okay, half time. Second semi-final, and we're enjoying a 1 point lead for the break. We'll be ready to go with the second live from the Ted Sutherland Reserve on the Gippsland. Thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Deals on Father's Day gifts for the best dad ever this weekend at Harvey Norman.
Help raise awareness in the most comfortable way possible. It's biggest day. Schools are invited the kids out of here. The day aims to raise money awareness for the charity A Better Life for Foster. In the out of home, Gippsland's biggest PJ Day on Facebook. Details and ask yours to involve. Please support the
Picking up a drive through a KFC for a corn chicken go bucket for just $3. Go! Not everywhere.
Your mobile phone go. Always running flat. Crane. The upgrade to a new mobile phone from Norman Computer Land. A mobile is in with a full of mobile phones unlocked or on a best range in brands like Apple, Nokia, Oppo, and much more. A premium that offers to get you connected. Head to
Hi Matt, this is Daniel from Clutch.
Optus's network covers 98.5% of Australia's population, from breathtaking coasts to majestic mountain ranges. Head into your local Gippsland Optus store today. It starts with yes.
Up at the start of the first quarter where they kicked the opening goal, courtesy of Jake Vanderpleit. But then it was Wonthaggi who kicked 3 in a row and got themselves back into the game. And in what was nearly the final kick of the game, Andy, the player who had a great game all day, and Kyle Reid in the back line for Wonthaggi, had a shot after getting a free kick in front of goal and just missed it off to the left, which means that Leongatha were the team, the victorious, heading through to the grand final to be played in 2 weeks' time back here at Moe. They were run-out winners by 4 points here today at Moe. Gentlemen, we've just watched an absolute brilliant game.
Yeah, no question about that. You know, the game ebbed and flowed. At differing times of that game, they had control, both Leongatha and Wonthaggi, and just when you thought Wonthaggi couldn't hold on anymore, prior to second quarter and prior to last quarter, they found a way to claw their way back. At halftime, they led by a point, and they had the opportunity to lead by a point again at the end of the game, surprisingly enough, and it would have been the last kick of the day. As it turned out, it wasn't to be. Now they need to work on getting another opportunity, but they won't be worried about that right now. They'll be worried about getting a side that comes out. They'll probably go and have a look at the Traralgon Sale game tomorrow, but I'm not sure we're going to see a final as good as that for a long, long time, because it had everything: hard hits, good football, and obviously a close contest.
Yeah, spot on, Poppy, and it wasn't the most overly skillful game, was it, early, because of the pressure was intense, and the game had everything. We had great goals, we had great tackling. And that mark by Jack Hutchinson, we'll be talking about that for years and years to come, I think. And there might be even a brand mark for the league. I reckon they'll be using that for many, many years to come, because that was huge. And, yeah, what a game. I just can't believe how it ended up, because we thought Leongatha were going to maybe skip away. They got to a 3.5 goal lead, and then all of a sudden Wonthaggi just clawed away, and it was led by a few players there. But incredibly, what a game. Unreal.
And Paul Carter, as he goes through, he's just working out a lot of the stats. So you need another minute or so, Paul?
Yeah.
We'll give him another minute there. It'd be fair to say that I think there was a lot of big moments in the game, thanks to the Mall Bowling Club. Catch all the AFL Finals games live on the Club Lounge. But Jack Hutchinson's
Can we just say, instead of giving the Zambora goal of the day, can we make a goal of the day? Because he kicked the
mark
goal,
of the day.
And the mark of the day, goal of the day. It's just incredible.
It was unbelievable what he did that mark there. And you're right, we do feel for Kyle Reid. He'd played so well all day. And if Wonthaggi had won, he would have been right in the contention here today to be one of the best on the ground. Thanks to the Mall Bowler. Who's our best on the ground? Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
Correct, it is.
Our best on ground today.
Can I just say one thing, though, which I really will stay with me for a little bit too, and I think one thing that would come out of that for me at the end of the game, once the siren had gone, the elation of the Leongatha players, of course, but the deflation of the Wonthaggi players, but what they did straight away is they all made their way to Reid. Because, you know, they all knew that he'd be hurt and straight up, because it was only, 30 seconds after he'd missed the goal that the siren had gone. And they all went there. And I think those little things like that really bond the sides even closer for when it counts. And I suppose now they go to the prelim final knowing they can get close to Leongatha, so that's a really good thing as well. But
I think right now Jared Blair will be having a good chat to his guys that they gave through everything at it. At times maybe a little bit too defensive, because they weren't able to get anything happening around that half-forward line. But their focus will be purely on recovery, because there were some hard hits there today. There'll be some really sore bodies. They'll need to be making sure that they head down to that South Gippsland coast, get out in the salt water and get themselves in the recovery zone and get the bodies feeling right, because they will be playing off in a preliminary final next week, Wonthaggi, for another chance to have a shot at the arch rival Leongatha.
Do you reckon they can turn that TV off? Because I'm just getting a little bit nervous and itchy and scratchy, and I don't want to be looking at it.
I've got a jumper here if you want to borrow it at any time, Boxer. I can just lend it straight over to you with the black and white stripes, ready for the big game this afternoon. Boxer, have we got any further updates on the scores around the grounds?
I'm still looking for a North Gippsland League score. Thanks to the league again for updating their webpage.
We've been around the grounds today, all day, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland. See the latest trends in timber, stone, aluminium, rope and wicker outdoor furniture. available now.
I'll start in the A grade, thanks Wonga, in the netball, and it was Maul 58. They defeated Leongatha 44.